picture of the screen. Yeah, my
Hold on.
Hey
everybody. I'm Lewis May. This is Pat Greene. He hasn't turned on his video camera yet. And this is Coffee with Pat Greene live on Facebook.
You can see me now, can't you?
Nope.
You can't? I turned it on.
There it is.
Yeah.
It always takes a couple of seconds.
Yeah. I was about 15 minutes ago, I couldn't get any Wi-Fi and I was like, oh my God. But
that'll stress a dude out right before he's about to do a live performance.
It's a miracle.
Some would say.
Yeah.
Some would say all of this technology is a miracle, Patrick. If you came from the jungle in like the Amazon or Australia or the bush in Australia, this would all probably be the devil's work right here.
Last week I was like with Matt and you were gone and we said, and Matt's on the road right now too. You were on the road. But like Lewis said, we can't turn the camera sideways on it. And I said, I think we can. No, look at this. And then I looked at the recording and you were right, Lewis. I don't want to give you credit, but you were right.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn it sideways. It just doesn't look good for the people watching.
But we were sideways, and which is,
Then you got to be like.
Because we were kind of like.
Or they have to turn their phone sideways, which, you can't make people do something like that.
You could suggest it.
Yeah, you can suggest it. For your viewing convenience, please turn the camera sideways.
Yeah. So you just got back from the rally race. How was that? Tell them what that is. I don't even people don't even know what that is.
A rally race is there's different types of rally, but it's I think they all kind of go around the word rally, which means a group of people doing kind of the same thing. Might that be the definition of a rally?
Oh, yeah.
And
like a rally?
Yeah, like the same thing, joining together to enjoy the same type of activity. So in this case, it's what's called stage gravel rally, which is a series of timed sections where we race down a gravel road that's been shut off from the general public. And then in between, we transit to the next race. So the goal of the race is to start on time and then finish faster than anyone else, but all under your own power of your own car over the course of a couple days. It's about 300 miles of driving with 135 miles at race speed. And then the rest was transit in between the races. So we did pretty well. It's exhausting. It takes a lot of work from about 2 weeks before the race up into it. And we received a second place finish in our class for doing so. And we started at 31st out of overall and finished maybe 13th overall. So we gained, 18 places or something. So that's, for us, that's a great accomplishment. We stayed safe. We finished the race. Nobody got hurt. And the vehicle is relatively unscathed.
Well, I saw like a video of you, like I guess like a practice run where George is driving and you're like taking notes, like there's a turn, there's this and that. And So did you ride with him during the race?
Yeah, I'm in the car the whole time. It's both of us.
I figured since you did that because I was thinking like he's not going to remember all this,
No, I'd write those notes and then I check all the notes to the video to make sure I'm correct. Because I don't want to give incorrect advice. And then I follow along through the notes, through the race, and I give him instructions about the upcoming turns ahead of what he can see so that he can know what's after his visual cues. What's the next thing that's going to happen?
So when you're driving or when he's driving, do you just go, hey, George, left turn coming up or like?
Well, I mean, we have a coded language that we kind of use that's a little more descriptive and it's all to the pace that I decide to speak it. So
Because
it has to increase in pace as he drives faster and faster.
Yeah, it looked like it was something like, I can't remember how you said it, but you said something like left. I can't remember what you said, but
Well, we say things like a over crest into left 520, which would be right after the crest. You're going to be going into a very a left turn of the severity of 5, which it's actually 1 through 5, 5 being the least severe turn. And that's the cue to let him know that after the crest, there's going to be a left turn. It's not too severe. And after that, you have 20 meters until the next object. And then as he gets closer to that, I'll tell him what the next object is. So then I might say right 300, which means after that 20 meters, he's got to right a 3 turn and then another 200 meters to accelerate after that.
yeah, it seems like George would have to, like, a lot of times you might have a turn coming up and he would not be able to really tell if it was a turn. So you tell him pretty enough advance, or is it
depends on how fast we're going and what the pace of the thing is. But my goal is to give him the information at the exact instant that he's done processing what he sees visually and can start to understand what's after his visual interpretation of what he sees.
How fast do you usually go?
We average a speed of like probably in between 50 and 60 miles an hour or so, probably closer to 50. I think the people winning the race average speeds around 60 to 65. So whereas, it's going around turns faster than you've ever gone before in a car on a dirt road. So faster than you've ever gone on a dirt road. We reach speeds of 110 miles an hour sometimes. We did jump the car 4 times where it was off the ground probably about 3 to 4 feet at a maximum.
Wow. Anybody wreck?
Oh, yeah. 20 people, maybe.
I mean, like, is it like a lot of times they skim a tree and keep going too, or is it?
That happened. One guy, the guy who beat us in our class, went off, hit a tree, knocked the tree down. The tree fell on the road, but they didn't even know that and kept going.
Jeez, man.
So the people behind them were like, "Hey, did you see that tree in the middle of the road?" And they were like, "Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
So all kinds of things. I mean, there are multiple vehicles that ended up on the roof of their flipped over. Trees get knocked over. One vehicle was so far into the trees, we couldn't even see it. Some just are broken right on the side of the road. Some of them break down in the middle of the road because it's near the end of the race and they were kind of what we call limping along. So
how long does it last usually around?
This was a 2-day rally. So it went we raced from, 3 in the afternoon to 9 at night on the first day. And then from like 10 in the morning to 6 at night, the second day.
Wow.
So yeah, it's physically exhausting, mentally exhausting. I was car sick the entire second day.
Man, I always think about like when I was a kid or something, I think like, oh, like racing is something you don't even need to be fit for. But then as an adult, you realize you have to fucking be fit to do, like.
Yeah, you got to be either fit or strong, one of the two, or a combination of both. So it's no joke. If anybody were to drive the vehicle now, they'd press on the brakes and wonder how we even did what we did. Yet we went twice as fast as most people would be capable of doing.
Yeah.
So George is a hell of a driver. He can do things that most people don't even know exist with a car.
Yeah. He's been doing it for a while, right?
I mean, he's been a racer all his life. So, and more of a dirt track racer than anything else. So he's very adept. We grew up in Minnesota. Everybody in Minnesota learns how to fishtail a car back and forth down the road. Everybody I knew anyways. So, that's what we grew up doing, was driving other people's cars on snowy roads.
Taking your dad's car when he's
No, never my dad or my mom's car. never that. And every car but those ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes we snowboarded behind cars.
Oh man, that kind of sounds fun.
It was a blast.
Like wakeboarding behind a boat or something,
Exactly. At night in the winter on snowy gravel roads.
Yeah, man. That's how actually I put my hand skateboarding, because I was pulled behind a car when I was 14, and my mom heard about it and she was like, "What the hell? What are you crazy?" And I'm 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically I am crazy.
Yes. I mean, no, Mom, give me the keys to the car. I'll stop acting crazy.
Yeah. Hey, because we have a couple of guests today, and we have first Gavin Greene, no relation to me.
Okay, that was the first question that's obviously comes up.
Yes, his mother is a friend of mine, but we're not related.
Okay, well, Gavin isn't ready in the room yet, but Sasha has been patiently waiting. Hopefully she's enjoying our positive banter for the day.
Well, I told Gavin I would text him, so.
Okay.
Maybe he's like, so I'll just tell him to. But anyway, Gavin made these, I posted this thing a couple months ago, the armor that he made, and I'm not even sure completely his role. I thought he made it himself, but I think it was like kind of a project, with
yeah, it seems, being that I do own a race car and I have been part of the fabrication of most of it, it seems to me that it would take some special equipment to fabricate a suit of armor, and generally some skills that have to be learned over a period of time longer than a couple months. So
what's that?
I'm super curious to hear how it worked out, how it came about.
He was, I think he was the project supervisor.
Okay. Well, he's in the room. Should we let him in?
Yeah, let him in.
Sweet. The computer is telling me that Mr. Greene is joining us shortly.
Another Mr. Greene.
Oh, the other Mr. Greene.
Yeah.
All right. His name is on the screen. Gavin, are you there?
Gavin, if you were there, turn your audio and your camera on.
Oh, there we go. Awesome. Gavin, can you point your camera down a little lower so your eyes are a little bit higher in the screen? It'll do two things. We'll get to see more of you, and it's just a better way to.
I can't see Gavin. Is that not?
There we go.
There we go.
Working now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Gavin, can you point your camera a little lower so you're on?
Gavin, I like your outfit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. So, I heard y'all on the Instagram feed, and I'll start off by saying just kind of like how I got interested in this. But I was a big fan of The Hobbit for a long time. Like I read those books and stuff, and so I like medieval things. And one day I was looking online, and I found a website that sold medieval armor. And I was like 10.
How old are you now?
I'm 15. So over the course of like 3 years, roughly, I bought all these separate pieces, and in a little bit, I'll stand up and show you it with the helmet on and everything. But they didn't fit so well at first because I mean it's online, right? But I knew some blacksmithing. I had taken a few lessons with that. I love working with my hands. I've got tools and stuff, and working with metal is fun.
It is.
So I changed the attachments from the shoulder to the breastplate. I mean, you can move pretty much any way you want. I attached this to that. I mean, that's easy enough. Underneath, there's, stand up. We've got these tassets here, right? and they're all articulated. But there's a kind of like suspender mechanism. It goes up and loops around your back, just holds it there. But it was
So
fun.
you just added some pragmatism to the whole thing and made it work better and reattached things where they were attached in a way that limited mobility.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, it took a while to get all of the pieces that I wanted, but the first and like good test that I got was going to the Scottish Highland Games here in Orlando.
I've wanted to go. How are they?
Oh, they're great. I love them.
Awesome.
That was like my third time going, but I never gone in a suit of armor before. So I was with a group of 9 people, and we're walking up to the ticket booth, and the guy there sees me, and he's like, "Come here," and he lets all of us in for free. Yeah, and the tickets are expensive. It's like a couple $100 worth of tickets, but that was the first good thing that happened that day because of the armor. So throughout the day, people just start to just take pictures. Like they're like, "Can I have a picture?" And I can't even count how many pictures I got with it all on, but it was awesome.
It looks like you took a couple of blows too. Maybe a sword blow to the right shoulder and a couple of hammer blows to the mid chest.
Yeah. Bullet,
No, sword and arrow. So right here, I just wanted to like see how durable it was. So I have a sword and I hit it pretty much as hard as I could with the sword, and it didn't really do too much. And then here in the chest, we've got 2 arrow strikes. I'm interested. And actually, on the helmet as well, which we got here, I've got, I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was like a metal ball on like a rope inside to like fling it. Just see how it goes.
Well done.
Thank you.
So, so Gavin, aren't you selling that too?
Yeah, I've been trying to sell it for a while. And obviously we had the thing where we posted it, but nothing really came of that.
What's your size? How tall are you and what do you weigh?
I'm like 5'10", 165.
Okay. So anybody in the 5'10", 5'9" to 5'11" range, maybe
or taller.
140 to 180 would fit that thing.
Oh yeah, easy. And it really, I wouldn't go much skinnier than that, unless you want to wear a lot of padding underneath, which it's hot. It's just not fun to wear. But yeah, 5'10" up to maybe 6 foot would fit. And I'm selling it with. Want me to stand up and show you everything?
Yeah, let's see the whole thing.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Come on, Gavin, we're paying you good money. You have to stand up.
All right, so
I gotta say the helmet's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you put the helmet on, or is it like a pain in the ass?
I can put it on. I just gotta put some padding on my head first.
I mean, you can do it after you're done telling us about it, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah. So basically, I'm selling all of the plates. So you got shoulders, arms, tassets, helmet, of course. But underneath it is like a padded jacket, basically, which you have to wear with armor. But I'm selling all of that. And if you want to buy it and you're local to Orlando, I can throw in the armor stand that I made for it. So that's just a good thing to have, better than leaving it lying around on the floor. But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you want me to put on the helmet?
Yeah, you better put the helmet on, man.
I think
And then just smash through that door behind you, and that'll be the end of the performance.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the door.
Thank you.
Just kidding. I don't want you to do that. It sounds
Your
like
mom will think
the window. I'll pay for the window.
Yeah. So it's just like a padded hat. Yeah.
it's so great.
Got a visor. You can take the visor off if you want, but yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's scary looking.
Yeah. It's nice. I like it. It's pretty comfortable to wear. It's not too heavy for what it is, but yeah.
And is it like period authentic, as in it was actually like something that somebody based on this design probably wore at some period or another?
I base it off that, and if anything, it'd be based more off of a 15th century suit of armor
Okay.
because you've got full plate. Really, it's just full plate covering.
Okay.
But yeah, I've also got, which I can't put on right now because you have to put it on in a different order, but the chainmail for the head as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
To hang down the neck and protect against strikes at the neck and stuff, I would assume.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Chainmail's cool looking too.
Thank you. So.
Well, I don't think we should tell everybody what it costs. I think people need to put in bids and like tell us what they're willing to pay for it. We'll communicate that to you and help facilitate a deal here.
Yeah. So you want to know the price?
I don't know. Do we tell them the price or do we just leave it open up in the air? Maybe what if they offer twice as much as you're asking?
Yeah, I think we could do a bid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were
Let's
saying.
start the bidding at, I don't know. Where do you want to start the bidding at?
$950.
$950.
Yeah.
Let's go a little. Let's give people a shot at it here. How about
I can't really go lower than that.
Oh, well, that's what we need to hear. See that I'm already trying to negotiate on someone else's behalf for like $650 or so, and you're just like, no way, man.
I think Lewis
Yeah.
No. I'd rather see somebody pay $1,200 to Gavin for it.
Yeah. So Gavin.
Yeah, the thing, I would go for $650 if it was like not combat grade and like I hadn't done all the modifications or the padding. But
Yeah,
with
so we're
everything
talking
else, it just adds up.
No, I get it. So it's extra modified for flexibility and it's combat grade materials.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Like, I'm sold. Like, who else is walking around with breastplates that can withstand an arrow puncture?
Yeah, exactly.
So Gavin, do you have any other kids that you like hang out with and you guys wear these outfits, these kind of costumes?
Your brother.
Well, yeah, my brother kind of got inspired by me to get his own suit.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And your friend David.
not as elaborate, but my other friends kind of got into it, but not as much, because it's just kind of costly.
Sure. Is that your mother in the background?
Oh, you scared him away with that question, Pat. He's like, I'm out of here. All right, hey, Pat, something's wrong with your audio. It's real quiet. Or
really?
I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that.
Huh, let me see.
But I wouldn't know how to tell. I'm not following the Facebook channel, so I wouldn't know how to tell if anybody else is experiencing it. Why don't I hop on Facebook and find out? That's better. Huh. Anyways, I guess Gavin might have had a little interruption of service or something.
So I guess, yeah.
It was awesome having him on. Seems like a really cool kid.
Yeah, I like that kid. He's also, I'm going to speak on his behalf. He was the Orange County Middle School long jump champion last year.
Oh, here he is again. Let's say goodbye to him, and then we probably should move to the next guest.
Yeah. his mother said he's trying to get back on. Unless we're
Yep,
done.
there he is. He's here. Hey,
Okay.
Gavin.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
You know,
It's
it's just
technology.
computers. They do that.
We were gonna like thank you and sign off, but we were like, you want us? I mean, we can put the word out again. I could post some more pictures again.
Yeah, sure. If you're cool with that, it's fine. Thank you.
I want somebody to buy this. Maybe you should contact the movie studios. You know?
Yeah. Actually, that's not bad. Yeah.
Plus, I think you should shoot at it once too. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, I'm not condoning anything crazy or anything. Definitely take it off. I'm sure you did that for the thing, but if
Yeah.
people knew that it could withstand a bullet hole, that's probably a horrible idea. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gavin, maybe you need to make a video of you like in action and then post it. You know, like an action video with the armor.
Yeah. Why not?
I think you also look like you could get the part in the movie. You know, you got the whole like, hey, let's get this kid on an armor and just put him. We need a 15-year-old in armor. So
Yeah. I've got the hair.
I was gonna say you have the quarantine haircut.
Yeah. Or lack thereof.
Yeah. Well, man, hey, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Gavin.
Nice
I
to
know we're
meet you
not
too.
related, but I'd be happy to be related.
Thanks.
Say hi to the family.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, man. Thanks.
Okay,
All right.
take care.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me on.
So Sasha,
Yeah, so that was Gavin Greene, the dude with the suit of armor that he purchased and then refabricated to make a better product. So pretty impressive.
yeah, I like that.
Who do we got? What's going on next, Pat?
So next is Sasha. Is she? I thought I just heard something.
What's your size? How tall are you
Oh,
and what do you weigh?
sorry,
It's all right.
Okay.
Sasha. Let me see if I make sure I'm saying this right. Anesa Rahaman is she has the eat. She has eat, play, travel. Wait, no, now I'm forgetting.
Eat, play, live, party,
Travel.
and then eat, play, live with Sasha and Anesa.
Yeah, so she's going to be talking, and she also does. Yeah, let me see. I texted her to come on. Have you seen? Do you see her?
Yeah, she's here. She's been waiting. Should I let her in?
I let her in. Yeah,
Great.
she'll be better at explaining herself than I am.
Totally.
Hard as that is to imagine.
Yeah.
Give me one. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Sasha,
We can hear you,
Hey.
Sasha.
Fantastic. That's always a nice thing to hear.
Yep. The start of a good conversation.
we're
Yes.
listening.
Are,
to you, Sasha.
Now,
do I
if
need to
you
turn this another way?
Yep, if
There
you
you go.
press the video button at the lower left, usually it'll pop on.
Aha. There we are. We're in.
You look very
Hello.
glamorous this morning.
Why, thank you. Thank
Or
you.
this
It's
afternoon. Or
happy.
whatever. What's that?
I said thank you. Do I need to be this way? Other way? Does it matter?
No, you look perfect.
That's
And had a
all, that's
real
all up to you.
Thank you.
Hi, Sasha. I'm Lewis.
Yes.
Hi, Lewis. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Cheers.
I told Lewis, I've got my coffee too. Cheers. A little about you, but you can tell him, probably give a better description of yourself than I did. You know
Well, I suppose I should know myself.
why you're here.
Why I'm here. Okay, well, what I normally do is I'm a chef. So I cook. I've traveled a lot. A lot of those places.
Oh, wow.
So I've traveled a lot and I like to cook from the inspiration that I have from those places. And ever since COVID started, I pivoted a little bit from catering, like bigger events, to cooking healthy, more international meals and delivering them every week. So that's something that's been keeping me nice and busy lately. And I love it.
And that's like every Monday, right?
It's every Monday. Every Monday I deliver and it's just super easy and convenient. All you need to do is choose how many you'd like and I take care of the rest.
So how do they do that? How do they get on?
So I have my menu up on my website. It's eplparty.com. So EPL is short for Eat, Play, Live. And there I have a new menu up every week and I have all the information about how you make their order. It's really simple.
And is it good to be like a pain to cook and to deliver and all that? Or is that like a,
It's something, it's actually a good thing for me right now in COVID because it gives me something that I'm doing every week. Otherwise, I think I would have already gone crazy. So I'm happy for it.
Yeah. So when I was doing a little, research to see who our guest would be today, my guess was that you're a chef. I love the presentation of all of your channels and your website.
Thank you.
It is very clear and simple. It seems like you just email in what you want and then essentially you deliver it.
Simple. Exactly. You got it.
are you
I
working
love what I
Labor
do.
Day? Are you going to
Pardon?
deliver Labor Day?
So Labor Day is a little bit different. I know a lot of people are out of town, so I'm actually delivering today. So it's a nice, fun, busy day, and I'm okay with it.
Can
And then
people
next week we're going to be back to normal for
Can
Monday.
people still order today?
People still order today. Yeah, I have clients that I have every single week that depend on it. So I'm really grateful to be a part of these people's lives. It's actually kind of fun, and then when I make the deliveries, I still get to, spend time with these people and just say hello. And it makes me feel connected in this strange time, in this strange world. So I'm happy for it.
What's
I
on
was
the
wondering.
menu? Oh, sorry. Go.
Well, I was just wondering when this all started, but you kind of answered that question already. So you've been in the catering industry for quite some time?
Well, I went to culinary school a decade ago. And ever since then, I've pretty much been in restaurants or catering or private chef ever since then. And I do a lot of things at once. That's kind of my style. So it's something that that's always been a part of my life. And now, since COVID started, I pivoted to doing the meals and delivering.
Cool.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, it seems like a great business model and solution to, the problem of being a professional in the culinary industry, but having a changing times where some models of business that existed previously may not be successful business models as frequently anymore.
For a while, yes. I was actually in a restaurant at Disney before this. I loved it. I loved every single day of it. Wonderful people, but it's just not going to be what it used to be. And I'd rather make my own. I pave my own world right now. That's all we can do.
That's
It's
awesome.
also cool that you use it as a way to kind of keep contact with people,
Yes.
I like that it's like a business, but it's also a way to like, keep in contact and see people.
And keep my sanity. Yeah, exactly. How is this going? How's Coffee with Pat? How is this going for you so far? How many weeks in are we?
Louis, is this like the fourth week or?
I think this may be the fourth week that we're doing it a little more organized, maybe the fifth, including when I was traveling last time.
Yeah, but Louis has been my co-host, and we've been working with Matt Duke, but he's on the road today, so we're not at the Nook. And
I think Sasha, we're still developing the purpose of this event.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about it some more, and every time we talk about it, we get a little bit more focused, as with everything, especially since I'm in marketing and digital marketing, as with everything in that realm, you get what you put into it, and your amount of focus and intent, and beginning with the end in mind, all, has a direct correlation with how effective what you're doing is. So, you seem like a master marketer from our point of view. So I'm sure you can appreciate that, that good things take time.
Absolutely. So
natural marketer. I don't know if it's natural, but it's there, whatever it is.
Yes, it's just something I've always, I don't know, it's just a part of life. Since about 10 years ago, when I started, in the food world and then coming up with different ideas to do for productions, I just had to realize you have to sell yourself all the time. And for me personally, I'm my product. So marketing is a 24/7, all year, every year's kind of situation for me. So.
Did they cover that topic at all in any of your education, culinary education?
Oh, not real. I mean, not really, actually. Not really. We at the university that I went to, Johnson and Wales University, they really went in depth of all the different avenues of menu planning and costs and how to make everything. But they gave us the tools in order to know how to do those things. And I think the marketing just comes from knowing them.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sure.
So, but there should be a whole nother degree for that.
Wow.
There is.
Like that, like culinary, or people I know that go to art school, and I don't know if like they don't, like a lot of times people will come out when I was at the gallery and say, they never taught me anything about like being an artist, the business of being an artist, or like here's this, and like I'm prepared to teach now. But they're not like, but a lot of people I know, I mean, I actually know a lot of artists that have actually made money doing like something cool, but they had to teach themselves how to do that, you know. They learn it in school, which is interesting because it should, I feel like anything you do, there should be some kind of element of trying to figure out how to do this without, you know, trying to like find a job teaching or something.
That's true. Well, the lucky thing is that we live in this world where if there's something we want to know, we don't even necessarily have to go to school to learn it. We can learn it online, and somebody hopefully somewhere has done it and they're sharing it. Like that's, I feel, but you only have to find it. That's the hard part.
So on that note, one of the questions that I prepared for today, Sasha, then is looking at your online presence. You know, I think you've done a great job doing it. It's obvious that you know what you're talking about. It looks, you look, you know, moderately successful, and you're getting your message out to people. So that being said, that you are good at this, what would you recommend to other people that are starting on their entrepreneurial journey to, you know, attain some success in their industry on the marketing aspect of things?
On the marketing aspect, I feel like there's so many things that tell us wait until it's perfect, and I just don't think that's the way to go. I think you just have to start and get things out there. I think you're kind of talking about that as you are developing this show as well. You just have to start, and then from there you can change it. But if you don't start and you're just changing it in your mind, you really haven't started. You really aren't anywhere yet. So it gives you something to start with. And I have videos, because I made a lot of videos along the years of food and travel from like 10 years ago. And I have friends that say that they went down the rabbit hole and they went through a whole bunch of these. And I don't plan on moving those because that's a part of the journey.
They're still online, in fact, is what you're saying.
Yes, they're still online, and
that's awesome.
Just start. And it's no one's going to be perfect at first, and you probably won't be perfect at the end either. And just accepting that that's the case, and just letting people know who you are, even if it's a little bit at a time.
I like that. You know, like Sasha, like when I was at the gallery where I actually met you.
Yeah.
Doing like a TV. What were you doing? Like a TV?
Yes. So I was working with Concrete Lion and Pictures, and we were pretty much covering the Third Thursday events. So if you don't know about Third Thursday, it's, you know, Pat is a huge part of that event, but it's kind of downtown Orlando has all the artists have this new showing, and it's very exciting. The artists are there. Everyone's there. It's kind of like a pre-COVID event where it was just a fun get together of artists and people that care about the art. And I would be a hostess in a sense of the word. And I would interview the artists. I would ask them about their art. I would interview the people that are, you know, attending and what they felt about the event. And it was really, really wonderful getting to meet the artists and the art community in Orlando. I found out more and more each and every month that it's so colorful, and it's so it's a whole nother world. There's a whole community there that I just can't get enough of. They're wonderful people.
Yeah, I like what you said about just going and doing it, because it's funny because I don't know if like some of the people, I mean, some of the criticism I got when I was at the gallery were people, it was usually by people that don't do it, who like overthink it. And I let them say, you know, like like if you want to do it, just do it. If you think you can do something better, I'm not, but then I think a lot of times I would talk to them and I think they'd realize that, oh yeah, like I think a lot of they were kind of vocalizing their own sort of apprehensions, like this kind of thing. I said this, like like coffee with Pat on here has been a little bit like, we'll see what happens and we'll do it, but I feel like it's getting a little more kind of like a connected and cohesive, but
Exactly.
the idea of just doing it and then even screwing up and whatever.
Exactly. So as you're talking about coffee with Pat, I also am starting a little bit of a podcast myself with the same production company, Concrete Lion Pictures. And what we're doing is we're going to probably record a couple of them and then launch it. So I'm very excited about that whole show. It kind of is going to go along with everything else in my life that is pretty much related to food or travel or, culture. So that's the show pretty much all put together. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, you've
Awesome.
mentioned that to me. Is that do you have an idea when it's gonna go, or?
Oh, these things take a little bit longer. And so what we're going to do is it's going to be audio, but we're also going to be recording video. And because a lot of, so the show is called Savory, and it's called Where Kitchen Meets Culture. So it's going to be about food and about travel. I've been to about 52 countries now.
Wow.
So all of my guests will have been either from a different country, or they're a chef in that place, or they visited this place as well. And we kind of go back and forth with the food culture and the experiences. And so we're going to have pictures and videos of those experiences as well. So it's going to be like a little mini show as well as a podcast that you can listen to.
Cool.
So I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it takes some time because we're going to be editing it.
Now you put it out there though, see, and that's the big step right there. Now,
Exactly.
no, that can never be taken away off the internet. That Sasha
Exactly.
said her podcast will be coming out.
But don't you think
Yes.
that inspired? Sometimes they just keep doing it because when you put it out there.
No, that's exactly why you put it out there.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like once you start saying you're doing it, and we were like, "What happened to your podcast?" Like,
yeah, it's a way of holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we've already recorded, we've already started. So it's happening. It's 100% happening. It's just, I like to do things as fast as possible because I'm so excited and I'm so like, I'm so motivated, but I understand that not everyone is gonna be as excited as I am because I'm like on a whole nother level, on a whole nother planet.
And you have to deal with other people's perception of what they think is an acceptable level of curation before publication.
Yes. And that's okay. I'm okay with it because I'm working with a great team and it's what I'm seeing so far is beautiful. So I'm grateful for the wonderful team.
That's great.
Awesome.
So Sasha, I got to ask you, what's on the today?
What's on the menu today?
Yeah, what's on the menu?
Okay, let me think. I do a menu every week. So whenever anyone asks me this, I have to think about the current menu. So currently I have, I'll start with the dessert, apple crumble. I made this menu a little bit smaller just because of the holiday. I made barbecue salmon with a fresh coleslaw and also, let's see, a Caribbean chicken with quinoa and pineapple salsa. So, I like to keep it very, very different. And then every week is just going to be, you'll see it's inspired from different places that I've been to. So
is it too late to order?
Pardon?
Is it too late for somebody to order during the day?
For today, yes. Because I'm right after we're done with the call, I'm going to go and make my.
That's what I figured. I just didn't know how.
How does one see the newest menu items that are gonna come? I mean, it's probably just something like right now the menu is actually for maybe the last order, I think.
Right. Yes. I as soon as I'm done with this call, I will actually change that.
That's okay. And I was just wondering. So I'm assuming normally you go on here, you see what the current menu is, and then you go out and order. And just like everything else, that still has to be something that you have to press buttons for on your end.
Right. And I still need to, I still am trying to make that work out a little bit better. I'm working on an email list. So even if you go to EPL party, you can see my email or the phone number. And once I connect with you, I can send you the menus, and it's just really simple from there. You don't have to necessarily check on the website.
Cool. So then you'll be part of an email list getting all the current information.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So I heard an accent from you. Where are you from? I
think
did.
you're
I had
Louis,
to.
right?
Louis. Yes, Louis.
I'm from,
I know you.
that's all right. I'm from over there in New York City.
Really?
No, I'm from
like,
the
that's not what I
Midwest.
heard. From the Midwest.
I'm from Minnesota, so we have a slight Canadian accent, if that's what
Yes.
if you wanted to
That's
call
what
it
I
that. We
It's
over
good.
to oh yeah, you betcha, don't you know?
I've heard you
My
say
brother is Canadian. It's
things.
okay.
What's that?
I said my brother is Canadian. I have a lot of family in Canada. That's what I heard. I was like, wait a second.
But I've been around the country, so I mean, here in Florida, you don't have to hide your accent because everybody here has some kind of accent. But like in New Orleans, if I asked, I was a salesperson, and I was like, "Hey, can I check out your in Minnesota? It's called a roof, but that's a roof in the rest of the country."
Oh, you see, I was just like, woo.
Yeah. See, so if you say that, if you say the wrong word in certain places, they just don't get you. So in New Orleans, they were like, "A roof? We don't have a dog, and why would you want to check it?" And I was like, "No, your roof, the thing on your." Oh, so then in New Orleans, they had the they were y'all want to go over there and get a cup of coffee.
Louis, you
Well,
said
that at least understand.
You said something to me recently that was completely like reminded me that you were from, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like some word you used that was like, that's totally like a Minnesota.
Indicative of a Minnesotan.
When I was a kid, we lived in Michigan, and we said, I think they said pop for like soda, or like.
Yeah, I quit saying pop long ago because I just think it's a ridiculous word. Soda is
People
so
give
much
it a
more.
hard time.
What do
Yeah,
you say
yes.
in Minnesota?
So soda is much more refined.
What do you say in
Is
Minnesota?
it?
I don't know.
I
just
don't
was like, I'd
know.
rather have a soda than a pop. Give me a pop.
But don't you say pop?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
You say pop in Minnesota?
I mean, you say pop in Minnesota. I say soda everywhere I go.
Okay. Sorry.
One of those
Yeah,
random things that I say is I say pardon all the time. And for whatever reason, it really bothers my friends. Are like, why are you being so proper? I was like, is it proper to say pardon instead of what? I mean, it just sounds better. I don't know.
I say pardon me sometimes, but pardon, that's yeah, I get it. Pardon me, excuse me.
I had somebody tell me, I told somebody younger tell me that I don't swear enough.
Oh.
Which I thought was kind of like, I said, I swear, and they go, not like everybody else. And I go, really? And I just thought that was a funny observation. I mean, they were saying it in like kind of a funny way, but I thought that was a funny observation,
Well, then I'm
I
there
think
with
vernacular is a fascinating subject, and it's fun to be conscious of the way we sound and the way others do. And then once you're conscious of it, you can fuck around with it a little bit.
That's true. One of those times I was in New Zealand, and I was there at like an all-girls school for a trip, not forever. And the girls, they were like, whoa, say that again. I was like, this place is cool. And they're like, whoa, your accent. That was the first time in my life. I was 16. I was like, what accent? And they're like, your American accent. And I was like, wow. I grew up in America my whole life, so I just never really thought that I had an American accent. It was just a big realization point for me.
Where did you grow up? In Orlando?
Florida, pretty much. Orlando and Miami.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm a Florida girl.
Yeah, I thought you were like, I looked at your Facebook again because I was trying to find your website, and it said Miami, and I was like, oh, I remember if I heard that before, but I was in Fort Lauderdale too, so I lived there a bit. But
yeah, South Florida is different than here. Just a bit. Louis, have you been to South Florida?
I lived in Boynton Beach and for a couple of years. So yep, I've been on the West Coast, the East Coast, and South Florida. So I know the line, the invisible line as you cross into Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yes.
It's a very, very special place.
Fort Lauderdale is a lot different than Miami. So
I think the line is in Fort Lauderdale, though. Once you go from West Palm, Boca to Fort Lauderdale is closer to Miami than it is to the rest of the world.
And also, like Hollywood is still in Broward County, so it's like Hollywood feels like you're almost in like you're more in Miami.
Whenever I do the drive down, you can always tell when you get, I think it's the Fort Lauderdale line, because everyone just starts driving like
Way
mad people.
faster.
Oh God,
Way,
yeah.
Like,
way faster.
You have to have both hands on the wheel and like be paying attention to every car because they are not following the normal rules.
That's where
That's my
shitty
favorite
cars are now going way faster than they are meant to be going.
Yes.
That's why that's my least favorite part about going to South Florida is driving.
Oh,
Mm.
It's like,
It's easy.
I mean,
It's easy drive.
sometimes it's the best part about going to South
Well,
Florida. Depends on your mood for the day.
I've seen
That's
people do
true.
things that were just like, what the hell was that, you know? And it was just
Oh,
like
yeah.
the cops there and like whatever, you know.
I mean, there's numerous stories of, dude A and dude B flying along in their Porsche drunk at 130 miles an hour, getting pulled over, and the cops going, you gotta stop doing this right now. Go home.
Exactly. It's like, wait, what?
They're like,
It's a whole nother world there.
totally.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
It's like another country, actually.
yep.
yeah, oh,
The
definitely.
richest people in the world all have a place in the Miami. One of their
true.
places in
Yeah,
Miami.
Miami feels like its own country. So,
Yeah, totally.
It is.
So,
It is.
well, Sasha, I know you have a big day ahead of you.
I do, but it was a
That's-
pleasure getting
That
to
was,
chat with you guys.
that was great to see you. I like your little studio set up with the mic.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm pretty proud of it. It took some time to put it all together and
no, it's very well thought out. The picture in the back is great.
thank you. I painted it myself.
Oh,
Oh, right. Oh, cool.
even better.
Cool. It kind of looks like you're at the news desk, you know?
Yeah, with my coffee and everything.
Yeah. Or like one of the, the
Yeah.
morning news, you know? Where they-
Exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to meet with us. It was a pleasure to get to know you a little bit, Sasha. So
Of course.
I hope to
And
try some of
remember,
your food very
yes,
soon.
you should. You absolutely should. EPLparty.com. And check out for my podcast as well at Savory. So I'll let you guys know when that comes out too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Can't wait
keep
to
us
hear about it.
posted.
It was a pleasure. Should I sign out?
I guess we
Okay.
all got to go sometime.
Okay. Bye.
See
Bye,
ya.
son.
Cool, Pat. Good job, man.
Yeah, it was a good show. I mean, not because of us.
Yeah, we're slightly entertaining.
some of us. No, it was good. We had good guests though too.
Yeah. Good job on putting the show together today. That's all I got. So,
Well, happy Labor Day weekend.
yeah. Happy Labor Day weekend to you. See you soon.
Okay, bye, my friend.
Bye.